Good afternoon, Mega Mafia. This is yours truly, the professor, and I'm here with the Mega Heavyweight Champion, Ashton Day, and I want to find out a little bit about him, his early career, evolving to the point where he became the Mega Champion, and how he sees his career path coming from here. First of all, could you tell us a bit about how you got into professional wrestling?
Well, I got into professional wrestling because it was something that I just knew came natural to me. Athletic things. I mean, I'm a world-class athlete. So I knew that this was something that I'd be very, very good at. I would excel at very quickly. Um, and, I wanted to pursue it. I enjoy it. And I started with Mega Championship Wrestling, and here I am today, the Mega Champion.
Indeed, you are. Tell us about that match that you had with Trey Miguel. I have to say that Trey Miguel is no slouch in the ring, and yet you were able to defeat him and get a clean victory over him. Tell us a little bit about that match.
Yeah, and I like the word you used there when you say it was clean, because that's exactly what it was. Cash Inc., a lot of people didn't think I could win without him, and I sure showed them, didn't I? The match with Trey Miguel was definitely a defining moment for Ashton Day. It was definitely a turning point in my career toward, putting me where I want to be, and that's on the top of the wrestling world. I think one day we'll get there. We take it one step at a time. Trey Miguel was that first step.
Now, it's interesting to say that it's interesting that you also emphasize the word clean in that regard, because frankly, some of your matches and some of your victories in defending the title have not been quite so clean. For example, Casey Carrington, you defeated him a couple times. Well, actually, you didn't defeat him a couple times. You defeated him one time, and another time you lost but did not lose the title due to disqualification. And might I add, that was under very controversial terms. So you are such a world-class athlete. Why do you seem to be willing to take the shortcut in so many cases?
Well, you see, here's the thing. Hang on, my food's coming. I'll get to you in a minute, Professor. Wings for you. Macaroni and cheese. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. So anyway, you seem to forget that I've already beaten Casey Carrington in our first show back after the pandemic, and I did that without Cash Inc. I did that before Cash Inc. was even around. I did that by myself. Casey Carrington, the thing about Casey Carrington is I know what he's capable of because I've been around him for so long. He doesn't know what this Ashton Day is capable of. Maybe pre-pandemic he did. But you look at me now, I've put on 40 pounds of nothing but solid muscle. And that's through hard work and dedication. And Casey Carrington doesn't know what Ashton Day is capable of anymore. In Sandusky, I am not responsible for the actions of Tim. I'm not responsible for making sure nobody else interferes in our match. I was in the midst of having Casey Carrington right where I wanted him. He was about to finish me off with a chair shot, and I knew that I could get in his head. I could get in his head because Casey was a weak-minded individual, and I was able to convince him to stop, to think about it, to hesitate. And then right on time, here comes Tim to take him out, something I was about to do. And if we talk about the very last time Casey and I met, my foot was on the rope. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Casey Carrington had me pinned. I got my foot. I had the wherewithal to know exactly where I was in that ring. I got my foot on the rope just in time, and the referee was too incomplacent to see it. And that as well is not on me. That's on them. Casey Carrington can cry, whine, complain as moan as much as he wants. But the fact of the matter is this: Casey Carrington is somewhere else without the Mega Championship, and I'm here with the Mega Championship. That's what matters.
Well, some might say that you got your foot on the rope a little bit after the count was made.
They'd be wrong.
Would they now?
Absolutely.
Now, you came out with a kind of a stunning declaration that you would no longer defend your title against Casey Carrington.
Yeah.
What gives you the right to do that? You have not beat him in a clean match, just one-on-one at all.
I actually did.
Well,
First match back
pre-pandemic.
from the pandemic. So
Okay.
I have nothing left to prove to Casey Carrington. He's tried, he's failed, he's failed. I am sick and tired of this pest being in my life, being there in every corner that I turn. He just won't leave me alone. And if I have to be the one to put that wall between us to say that I am done with Casey Carrington, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. I want to take my championship reign to the next level, and I cannot do that with the likes of Casey Carrington continuing to hold it back.
Cash Inc. is a sad day in Mega Championship Wrestling, but Cash Inc. now owns all the gold, or most of the gold.
Not a sad day. That's the greatest day in Mega Championship Wrestling history.
Well, people have different views on that. Yet, you as a world-class athlete makes me wonder why you're aligned with those folks, because they seem too willing to take the shortcuts. They're both, even Gradley and Skyler, they're a great team, no doubt. You're a great wrestler, but yet you're aligned with someone who's constantly looking for a way out of clean competition in the ring. That is Ken Vasion and Cash Day as a unit. Why do you align yourself with them?
They have my back and I have theirs. It's that simple, Professor. I don't need Cash Inc. And I'm sure Gavin Gradley and Skyler do not need Ashton Day, but we benefit each other in all the right ways. And that's why we have all the gold in Mega Championship Wrestling.
You have a big challenge coming up this Tuesday when you face at the anniversary show for Tuesday Turmoil, where you face Jackson Stone. Jackson Stone, as you well know, has been the longest holding Mega Champion. He has been, he won the contest for Impact Wrestling, and he has been such a strong competitor for many years here in Mega. What do you think your chances are in that match?
100% victory guaranteed for the Ultra Star Ashton Day. Shogun may have been the longest reigning Mega Champion. He may have been a big shot. He may have been the Impact gut check winner. But what has he been lately? If you ask me, he's been a shell of what Shogun used to be. I don't have a problem with Shogun Jackson Stone, but he's in my way. So now we do have a problem. Shogun is not the same Shogun that I met when I began at Mega Championship Wrestling, when he was the Mega Champion. And now the tables have turned. Ashton Day is the Mega Champion. And Ashton Day is not going to let Shogun think that I'm going to be his meal ticket back in the spotlight. Because the spotlight belongs to Ashton, the main attraction, not Shogun Jackson Stone.
Have you ever been on the receiving end of one of his suplexes?
No, I have not, because I'm a smart man. I'm not stupid. Shogun Jackson Stone is a very strong and a very, very worthy competitor. But the fact of the matter is Ashton Day, he's no slouch either. If I have to go in there and suplex Jackson Stone too, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. Jackson Stone is not going to be able to get his hands on me to give me a suplex. So no, I have not been on the receiving end. And after Tuesday night, I still will have not been on the receiving end of a Shogun suplex.
Do you are you going to, is this going to be a fair one-on-one fight, or are you going to have your cohorts in Cash Inc. having your back, as you like to say?
If Cash Inc. wishes to be at ringside, I leave that to their discretion. What I will say is you have my word that I will not tell them to get involved in my match with Jackson Stone.
Interesting choice of words there. You will not tell them to interfere. Very interesting choice of words.
What I said.
Who do you think is some of the other top contenders for the Mega Championship? Assuming that you were to beat Jackson Stone, who would you look at as possibly some of your next competitors for the title?
Well, when I defeat Jackson Stone, I am looking forward to see who steps up and tries their best to be on Ashton Day's level. I don't think anybody in the locker room at Mega Championship Wrestling is quite there yet. But I look at people like Tyreek Kalam, I look at people like Brian Conville, Bryson Teller, and they're all very tough opponents as well. And if they want to step into the ring, get their 15 minutes of fame, and leave without the Mega Championship, then that's on them, and they have that choice. I'm looking beyond Mega Championship Wrestling. I'm looking at the Myron Reeds of the world, somebody I've already defeated as well. I'm looking at the Atticus Kogers, who is no longer with Mega at the time. I'm looking at the Joey Janellas, who I'd love to run it back with.
Can I mention a name that you omitted, curiously, from your list, and that is the current Infinity Champion, Big Mo, who has had quite a 2022, first winning the Battle Royal, then winning the Infinity title. What do you think your chances would be against him?
Well, I personally am a huge fan of Big Mo, and I love Big Mo very much, and I would not want to I just would not want to have to step into the ring with Big Mo and ruin the friendship and the bond that we do have. Next question, please.
Wouldn't want to ruin a friendship, huh? Interesting. This is coming from someone who has burned their bridges with Casey Carrington, by the way. Let me point out to the fans listening at home.
Big Mo's a much better friend than Casey ever was.
What other challenges do you see? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your goals going forward from here?
In 5 years, I see myself still being the Mega Champion. I see myself being signed to a major promotion. I see myself getting everything that Ashton Day deserves.
Yes, I would like to see you get in the ring with Big Mo and get everything that Ashton Day deserves.
I'm sure you would, Professor. But Big Mo and I mean, we're like this, so you know.
Do you have any parting words for the Mega Mafia?
Yeah. Go ahead and continue to doubt. Go ahead and continue to hate. Ashton Day is just going to keep doing what Ashton Day does best, and that's win. There's a reason, Mega Mafia, that I get paid to step in that ring and you pay to sit your ass in those seats and watch me. That's the difference between you and I. And it will continue to be that way. And I will continue to be on top.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Good luck, as it were, for your match against Jackson Stone and in your future career.
Thank you, Professor. I look forward to hearing you on commentary.
All right. This has been a Professor with Ashton Day, Mega Mafia. Very interesting interview. Some great insight into the Mega Champion, Ashton Day. We'll keep tuned for future episodes of the Mega Podcast and additional interviews that will be had by yours truly, the Professor. Signing off.